to our Sahaja Yoga presentation program. Um, we are going to start our program with a little bit of music, meditation music, and after that we're going to have two separate sessions. One session for people who are here for the first time, and then one follow-up session for people who have attended more than one session. I'm going to start with a little bit of instrumental music. I'm going to play my flute, my bansuri. Relax. Try to get into what we call a meditative state or a meditative mood, and I hope you enjoy our program. Again, good morning and welcome to our Sahaja Yoga presentation program. Thank you for joining us. We are going to have two separate sessions. We are going to have a session for people who are attending our programs first time, so a first week session. So if you're here for the first time, you will stay in the main room here with me. And people who are here second or more time, you can join my colleague Vijay in a breakout room. Vijay, let me know if you can hear me, if you can create the breakout room.
Yes, Andrea, I can hear you very well. Thank you. I believe most of the people who have come today are first timers. If there are anybody who has come for the follow-up program, can you please let me know? I think everybody is here for the first week program. I think, Andre, you carry on with the program. I will wait for the follow-up people to join. And when they join, I'll pull them to the breakout room.
Very good. Thank you very much, Vijay.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Allow me 1 minute to open my presentation. Let me say, first of all, from the very beginning, that if at any point you have any questions or if there's anything not clear, please use the chat box, and I'm going to type something in the chat box. Hello, everyone. Please use this chat box to pass on informations or questions or any messages. Our program is scheduled to last maybe for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. In the first part of the program, we are going to have a short presentation, a theoretical presentation, and the most important part of the program, the one which we are most keen about, is the second part of the program, where we're going to have the practical application of what we're explaining in the first half. And in probably the second half of the program is the most important one, unless we experience and unless we understand if everything that is being said here can be experienced or not. First part of the program will not really make any sense. Here we go. So I'm trying to answer in the first part of our program a few questions, and you can see the questions on my screen. The most important questions that I'm trying to answer is, what is yoga? Because a lot of people claim that they are practicing yoga. There are so many methods, so-called yoga methods. Yeah, this is yoga, that is yoga. So I'm going to try and explain what is yoga. Then I'm going to try and connect yoga to the practice of meditation. Yeah, what is the connection between yoga and meditation? And then the most important thing, and what is our actually program about, what is Sahaja Yoga meditation and how does it work? Now I would like to start with the first question, as what is yoga? There are lots of forms of yoga, lots of methods of yoga. Yeah? I'm putting on the screen a lady doing the physical yoga, but that is probably the most common. When people hear about yoga, they probably hear about this so-called exercises, yoga exercises. But there are so many people who claim that yoga is a sort of a diet. Yoga is a sort of a mental exercise. Yoga is physical exercise, it's a gymnastics. And to make it clear for everyone, there are no differences. There cannot be different types of yoga. Yoga is only one, and I'm going to explain what is at the base of all the forms of yoga. And at the basis of all forms of yoga, there are three theories, or I'm going to call them claims, because for the moment this is what they are. They are some claims. Whether these claims are true or not, that's up to you to check and verify if it's yes or no. The first claim that all forms of yoga, regardless if it is a diet yoga or exercise yoga or a meditation yoga, the first claim, which is the basis of all forms of yoga, is that inside every human being there is a subtle aspect, a hidden aspect of the human beings, which we like to call, or to use it in practical terms, the first claim is that inside every human being there is a subtle power. And this is exactly the words that translate the subtle power, or the subtle energy, let's say, inside us. And this is the basis of all forms of yoga. All forms of yoga will tell you that inside of us there is energy. The second claim, which is the basis of all forms of yoga, is that this energy, or this subtle power that exists inside us, does not randomly move or exists around the body, but it is actually very organized. It flows around the body through some energy channels, or nadis we call them, and these energy channels, from point to point, they intersect, they interact, the energy gathers inside the body to create what we call an energy channel. And this, or an energy center, or an energy chakra. And this is the second claim. And the third claim, and probably the most important claim, is that this energy centers, and this is why people all over the world try to practice yoga. This is where the benefits of practicing yoga should come from in all forms of yoga. The third claim, and the most important claim that all forms of yoga have to put forward, is that these energy centers, or we call them chakras, these gatherings or places inside the body where the energy of the body gathers, these chakras are important for, and are coordinating, and are supplying energy for every single aspect of our life. So hence, yoga comes and claims that there is an energy center, or a chakra, who gives energy to the physical well-being, to the physical health. There is an energy who gives, there is a center, or a chakra, who gives energy to the mental well-being, to the mental health. There is an energy center which will give energy to the family relations, which will give energy to our creativity, our imagination, our communication skills. Every single aspect of the human being, yoga comes forward and claims that through everything that we do, we use energy, we put energy into everything that we do, and it claims that this energy comes from these specific centers, and each chakra is responsible for taking care of certain aspects of our life and supplying strength, energy, power to that particular aspect of the life. And I'm going to take two examples. I'm going to give the example of the energy that gathers at the base of our throat into a chakra, or an energy center that we call the Vishuddhi chakra. It's numbered on the screen, it's in color blue, and it's number 5, center number 5, if you look on my chart. This energy center is responsible for sustaining our communication skills. So people who have a very good, let's say, amount of energy, or a balanced chakra, or a strong energy center here at the level of the throat, will have very good communication skills. We have the capacity to interact with all types of people in all kinds of situations. And this chakra has the capacity of taking us out of difficult situations and difficult problems just by communicating. So you can get yourself, through diplomacy, you can get yourself out of different problems. And there are people who have the skills, who can calm down a situation or sort out a situation, or people, for example, who work in sales. They will use this chakra a lot. The problem is, or yoga comes and says, that by using this chakra over and over, How do we know if we run out of energy, if this center has an unlimited amount of energy inside of it and it's able to sustain my communication skills and my, let's say, relations to the people around me? And evidence shows that in time we use the energy of this chakra. Yeah? We put in everything that we do, we put energy, but we're not entirely sure if we keep ourselves into a balance and if we do not exhaust these particular centers of energy. Doctors will always advise that you can replenish yourself, your batteries, recharge your batteries by having a proper sleep, proper rest. You can recharge your batteries by having a balanced diet, by living in a healthy environment, eating healthy food and so on. But as it is, all the sources of energy, which are supposed to recharge our batteries, are rather questionable because because of the stress that we have every day, we are not able to rest properly in the night. Sometimes we wake up more tired than we went to sleep. The food that we take depends on the culture that we have or the geographical area where we come from. We do not know if we have the right amount of, or the balanced amount of proteins, minerals, and so on, and if we have a balanced diet. As it is, we live in a very polluted environment, and that also affects our physical health quite a lot. So how do we put energy back into these chakras? Before I give the, let's say, the fourth claim, the one which Sahaja Yoga meditation brings forward, I want to give the example of one more center. So if I'm going back to chakra number 5, a person who will continuously use the energy of this communication center, of these communication skills, at some point will start suffering from stress. The chakra will not be able to sustain a continuous stress put on it, by trying to convince people around you or by communicating or by interacting. And when such a stress appears inside the chakra, when the chakra is exhausted of energy, we start feeling unbalanced, imbalanced. We start feeling stress. We start feeling I'm not able to communicate anymore. I can't. If you're working in sales, for example, you can't do your job properly. You can't convince people anymore. Then we start suffering from all kinds of physical problems because we believe that such a center does not give energy only to the mental side of ourselves, but it also should give energy to the physical side. So let's say center number 5, the communication center, not only that it's supposed to support our communication skills, but it's also supposed to give energy to the whole throat area, to the thyroid gland, to our larynx area, and so on. And if it is programmed or if it is focused on sustaining one aspect of the chakra, which is the communication skill, it will neglect the others. And certainly the yoga comes and says, this was the second claim that I said, that the diseases that we have, the physical disease that we have that might appear in our body are a result of stress or exhaustion of one of these centers or one of these chakras. I want to give the example of one more center before we move on to the Sahaja Yoga meditation and how do we believe it works and what are the benefits of it. I want to give an example of center number 3. If you look on the screen, it is in green color. Center number 3, or the Nabi chakra, is the one which yoga claims that it supports or it sustains the family relations and the household. So if a person, due to the environment in which was raised, if it comes from a family which has a very strong family bond or very strong family relations, then maybe this center is in a good shape. This Nabi chakra has a certain amount of energy that we're born with and will sustain to some extent, it will sustain the family relations and the household. But if it is in a continuous stress, if husband and wife are quarreling all the time, if parents and children are quarreling all the time, if one of the children has problems, then this chakra will be under stress and it will be programmed to sustain only one particular aspect. Let's say that there is a problem with one family member, then the whole energy of the center will be focused on trying to sustain or to support the stress coming to remove the stress coming from that particular family member, and it will neglect other aspects, and you'll see that the other family relations start deteriorating, the household starts falling apart. Yeah, you sometimes everything goes well in the house and nothing breaks. Sometimes you find that everything breaks. Yeah, I don't know what's happening in the last month. Everything broke around my house, and for example, one of the aspects that we believe Nabi chakra takes care of is the material sustenance, yeah, the physical sustenance of ourselves, and so on. Of course, human beings are not aware that we have these energy centers inside us. We do not ask questions as to why this has happened to me, why my household is falling apart, why my family is falling apart, why I have problems communicating, why my physical health, which is sustained or supported by the heart chakra, is deteriorating. We do not ask questions in relations to these chakras. We do not know. We are not aware of these chakras. Doctors will say, as I mentioned before, that it is stress, it is poor diet, it is the environment, but they will not point to these chakras. And the very few people who believe to have the knowledge of these chakras and who will point to these chakras, they don't always have the answers as to how to put energy back into these centers, because they all agree, all yoga methods agree that these centers are responsible for the sustenance of different aspects of our life, but they don't always, well, they will not always tell you how to cure, or how do you put that energy, or how even to diagnose ourselves. How do we know, how do we find out where do we have problems, or which center is lacking inside us, or which center is weak. We normally become aware of a problem in a chakra only at the last stage of a stress in a center. We believe in Sahaja Yoga that there are 3 stages of problems in chakras. The first stage is the energy stress. Yeah, when the energy starts dropping inside the chakra starts manifesting a vibratory, let's say, an energy problem, which we are not aware of because we do not feel these chakras. That stress, that energy stress, will create an emotional problem. So, for example, the person who works in sales will start having problems communicating, will start having problems relating to customers or to people around, and so on. That is also something that we can neglect. Yeah, we will try to say, okay, let me put myself into a proper shape, take calming pills, and so on. But the last stage of a problem inside the chakra is when the chakra cannot sustain the physical aspect of the body, and that is when we become sick, physically sick. But that is only the last stage of a problem inside the chakra. And in that moment, we believe that we can go to the doctor will give us pills, and everything will be okay. Unfortunately, modern medicine will not explain how or why you got sick. They will treat only symptoms. Yeah? So if you have this, we're going to cut this, we're going to take this out, you take this medicine for this, take antibiotics, if you go to the clinic, you will live with a bag full of medicine. For every symptom that you have, you'll have a different medicine. Nobody knows, and nobody talks about, with the exception of a few methods, a few forms of yoga. Nobody talks about the relations between the chakra and these energy centers and the problems that we have. Sahaja Yoga speaks very straightforward, and not only straightforward, but very clear, makes the connection between each chakra and each problem that human beings have. Not only that, but you do not need to depend on other people like in many forms of yoga, because it does not work. The process of transformation inside does not work. You depend on so-called a teacher or someone to tell you, you have this problem, or you have this problem, or you have that problem. That's not the case in Sahaja Yoga. In Sahaja Yoga, we believe that we can diagnose ourselves, we can find out what are our problems ourselves. And it's also, and this is maybe the difficult or the challenging part about the Sahaja meditation, that because we have been responsible for creating these problems, we have been responsible for the stress which we have put into these chakras. The only people, and this is something that I hope everyone will remember, maybe, as even if you're not going to practice Sahaja meditation, please remember this. as maybe the most important thing after the program, that no one else can solve our problems. It would be very easy, and it's very comfortable to believe that I'm going to go to some yoga teacher, I'm going to pay him money, and he's going to, he or she is going to help me get rid of all my problems. It doesn't work like that. The person who has created the problems, that is ourselves, are responsible for putting the center back into the proper shape. And here is where I want to emphasize the role and the particularity, the amazing process that takes place in Sahaja Yoga. First of all, a little bit of history. Sahaja Yoga was created by Dr. Shrimati Nirmala Devi in 1970. Since 1970 until now, there are more than 160 countries around the world that have Sahaja Yoga meditation centers. I myself come from an Eastern European country. I come from Romania, and in Romania itself we have more than 30 cities. I come from a provincial town, quite a small town, but we have quite a big Sahaja Yoga center there. There are more than 30 centers around Romania where we have Sahaja Yoga meditation programs. There are Sahaja Yoga centers on all continents, all countries. People coming from all religious backgrounds, all material backgrounds, or education backgrounds are practicing Sahaja Yoga meditation, and they're practicing it in the same way, and the results and the process is pretty much similar. What did Shrimataji explain? Shrimataji has explained that, first of all these energy chakras, which all forms of yoga claims that are responsible for our well-being, Shrimataji explains that all of them have been created by a single energy, or are founded or are sourced in a single form of energy which exists inside us. This energy that exists inside us, which Shrimataji explains that has been inside us since our birth, has two different aspects. There are two different aspects of this energy. There is a masculine aspect, or a fatherly aspect, let's call it, and a feminine aspect, or a motherly aspect of the energy. When the energy pierces through the infant brain, through the embryo, which has, Shrimataji explains, the brain at the second or the third month of pregnancy, when this energy pierces through the prismatic form shape, it splits into these different aspects, and the masculine aspect of the energy, or the fatherly aspect of the energy, settles in the heart. And we are going to call this normally it's known as the spirit inside the heart. It's a very pure source of energy. It's a battery that we have which keeps the system going. Even if the brain dies or any organ dies, if the heart keeps going, the person will keep on living. And the motherly aspect of the energy, which in the Indian culture of yoga is called as Kundalini, and Kundal in Sanskrit language means coil, because people who were meditating, who were introspecting, and who could actually feel the existence of this energy, they saw that this energy is not active inside us, but it is staying in a dormant, coiled shape at the basis of the spinal cord, in a triangular bone, which ancient medicine has named sacrum. Again, modern medicine does not explain why the triangular bone at the basis of the spinal cord is called the sacrum bone. Let me, I think I have an image of the sacrum bone in my presentation. Yeah, there we go. So the triangular bone that you see at the base of the spinal cord is where this energy is located, and because it is coiled in 3.5 loops, for a very specific mathematical reason, people have named this energy as Kundalini, because it's a feminine energy. Now, this Kundalini energy inside us, yoga comes and says it's not active. It does not supply energy to these chakras. We have lost connection with this energy inside us, and we need to reconnect ourselves with this energy, to reactivate or to reawaken this energy inside us. Hence, the word to connect, connection, in Sanskrit language is the word yoga. The word yoga in Sanskrit language means reconnect ourselves with the energy that exists inside us. Once, if somehow we could practice yoga in such a way that this energy inside us could become active, then two things should happen. One, we should become aware of the existence of this system inside us, these energy channels and these energy chakras. Number two, we should be able to start diagnosing ourselves. So to understand, where do we have problems? How do I know which chakras are in good shape and which energy centers are in a poor shape? Of course, there is the introspection method, which, okay, I know that I have family problems, or I know that my household is falling apart, or I know that I have communication problems. Yeah, so by understanding, based on the qualities of the chakras, by understanding where do we lack, which qualities do we lack, we can diagnose ourselves, and we can realize, oh, I actually have problems with Vishuddhi chakra, with the throat chakra, or I think I have problems with the Navi chakra. But that is also very relative. By practicing the meditation, the Sahaja Yoga meditation, you can very simply and very quickly learn where do you have problems and understand where you have been lacking, why you have been suffering from the problems that you have been suffering. And we believe that the Sahaja Yoga meditation can also give a form of replenishing these chakras with energy. So I'm coming to the second question and the second part of the program now. What is meditation? We talked about what is yoga. What is meditation? What's happening in the meditation? There are many people who talk also about meditation, just like I was talking about yoga. And some people will say meditation means concentrating on this, focus on that, think about that. To put it in very simple words, because the yoga meditation has to be something very simple and something very straightforward. Meditation is nothing but a movement of our attention. A movement of our attention from outside, where all the source of stress, pollution, environment, people around us, problems are, to within ourselves, where yoga claims there are these energy centers and chakras and energy channels which we are not aware of. But once we are able to bring our attention, to try and focus our attention on ourselves, if we use the energy which flows through the left side of the body, if you're looking on the screen right now, you will see a blue color line or channel, we call it, that goes on the left side of the body. This blue color channel, which is also known as the subconscious or the left sympathetic nervous system, yeah, the Ida Nadi, as it's called in yoga, is responsible for our energy of desire. The energy of desire is generated by this left channel. People who have stress or problems on this left channel will suffer from emotional problems, will suffer from depression, will suffer from psychological problems. In extreme cases, this will translate into psychiatric problems. And these are people who are very influenced by what happened in the past, because the left channel records in an energetical imprint everything that has happened in our past. People on the left side, as I said, are lethargic people, are depressed people, are pessimistic people. They have very weak will or desire to solve things and to move forward. In extreme cases, problems on the left side will give suicidal tendencies and psychiatric problems, as I said. But the main quality of this channel, if it is in a balanced state, it will give us a very strong, pure desire of evolution. And this is an energy that we have to use during the meditation, to use our desire. Unless we desire for things to happen inside us, the meditation will not work. So one of the tools that we need in our meditation is the energy of the left side, or the desire. The yellow color channel that you see on the right side of the body, which is our supraconscious channel, or the right sympathetic nervous system, is the channel which gathers all our projections, futuristic thoughts, the energy which takes us into the future planning. This is the channel which takes care of the physical aspect of our body. People who are more focused on the right side, or have a more prominent right channel inside them are people who are very physical, they are very hardworking, planning all the time, futuristic, mental oriented. They will think, they do not care about what happened in the past, they do not care about the left side. They will be always planning everything. Tomorrow I have to do this, after tomorrow I have to do that, in 10 years I have to do this, in 50 years I have to die. Everything is planned up to the very last moment. And if people on the left side, people who suffer from left side problems will have emotional problems and psychological or psychiatric problems. People on the right side will suffer from mainly physical problems. But then there is a modern category of people, Shimataji names them modern, who actually suffer from problems of both left side and right side. And this type of problems are what we call as like the modern disease are psychosomatic diseases. Yeah, if psych is from the left side, somatic is from the right side. A modern disease like the diabetes or the cancer are called as a combination of left and right. So modern problems are no longer problems of only the left side, only emotional problems, or only the right side. This was happening 50, 100 years ago when it was very clear if you're a left-sided person or a right-sided person. Modern times have a combination of left and right problems about what we call as the modern disease or the psychosomatic. And I want to give now a short example of Dr. Shimataji explaining the relation between left and right channel and in an interview. And after that, we are going to move into the second part of our program, which is the practical side. So allow me to share this short video with you where Shimataji explains the connection between our problems and the left and the right channel. And after that, we'll move into the practical side of our session. So
what we have been talking about.
Here we go.
What we have been talking about, many people would regard as a belief or a theory. How does one know the difference between truth and a belief?
First of all, anything for which you have to pay money is not the truth. You can't pay for truth. If you cancel out that, I think 99.9% all the falsehood will drop out. But truth, to be really actualized, you have to have self-realization. Then you feel on your fingertips vibratory awareness, a new dimension awareness, by which you can make out what is true and what is false. That's an absolute truth that you realize at that stage.
So one must have one's realization really to be able to tell the truth.
Even to follow anyone, one must have realization.
Srimother, I was reading an article just now where you were talking about inner peace and outer peace. This seems to be something that attracts the attention of people in this present stressful age.
By realization, what happens? As a result, you become a person endowed with thoughtless awareness. That means you see everything, you witness everything, and whenever you want to say or to think, you can see about it. But you don't react. There's no reaction. So you are empowered to see it in such a manner that there need not be any thought. Just the whole creation acts on you. It's a very subtle thing. It's to be experienced. And that is the point where we realize that we are the source of peace. And that's how our inner peace is established. Now, people have many foundations of peace. I have known all of them. They have no peace within themselves. Some people have got peace awards, they are horribly hot tempered people. But they have got peace awards, Nobel Prizes. The peace has to be, first of all, found inside, and then it manifests outside.
Shimala, another question we wanted to ask you is because of this rather useful way you use your hands to describe the movement of the chakra when they part. I wonder if you could just explain why, when illness occurs, it occurs because of the movement away of one center from another.
All right? What I try to show them, that this is the left side, this is the right side. This is the left sympathetic nervous system, say, and this is the right sympathetic nervous system. And really, spinal cord looks like this. And inside here is the spinal cord, which has the centers in it, the subtle centers. Now, when you start using the energy of these centers, say too much on the right, and it starts moving more towards the right, and there's a constriction. And the power becomes less because you are exhausting. Going more towards the right side. Suddenly something happens, and from the left, if there's a jerk, then the connection is completely broken. This is on its own. It starts working on its own. That's we can say that this has become malignant. I have no relationship with the whole to have the proportionate growth. So if the nose starts developing, it can cover your eyes, can cover your mouth, everything. This is how a cancer is set in. Or any other disease. So many psychosomatic diseases are nothing but somatic is from the right side, and when the psyche gives in, then it becomes a psychosomatic disease. There are so many diseases which are more psychosomatic than physical. And these we call them as incurable, can be easily cured by Kundalini awakening, because when Kundalini passes through this, she just integrates them. For example, she's going like this, then she goes into this, integrates them. Just like she strings them like pearls.
Pearls, yeah.
And so they are brought down. And also she nourishes that center. That's how people get cured. Automatically, by themselves, by their own power.
I would like to propose now that we try to experience the meditation, the practice of meditation. Again, everything that was presented until now is pretty much useless if we do not actually put it into practice, if we do not actually try and see if there is a energy inside us and there is a process through which we can diagnose ourselves. I do have to say that depending on how strong our attention is, this experience might be stronger or weaker depending on how well we are able to focus. Hence, I asked you in the beginning of the program to find peaceful, settling environment. I played a little bit of flute for trying to calm down. But I do recommend at the end of the program we will send you this session, a presentation session, and I do want to ask you that you try this again in your own comfort and in your own privacy, and try to see if it works and how it works. I'm going to play a 5 minutes video where we present the steps, the practical steps of this exercise, of this meditation. And after that, we're going to try and practice, do a short meditation exercise and see how does it feel and if it feels. So here we go. I'm going to show the steps of meditation. 3 different steps, very simple steps. And after that, we will try to put it into practice. Allow me to share my screen.
Of
All right. Here we go. So please watch these steps in 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and after that we will do it together.
Point of time when our own individual energy, which is the Kundalini energy, awakens, climbs up our spinal cord, pierces through our fontanelle bone, and connects us outside to the all-pervading power, is termed as yoga in Sanskrit. Yoga simply means to be in union with or to be together with. Nowadays, when we think about yoga, what comes to our mind is physical exercise. These are called as yoga asanas. Asana means an exercise or a position. These yoga asanas are done to open our chakras and to facilitate the passage of the Kundalini. But this is not the final yoga. Again, yoga means that our own individual energy awakens and connects us to the subtle power outside. And hence, yoga is not possible without the awakening of the Kundalini energy. So this is the theoretical explanation of how Sahaja Yoga meditation works in us and how we can meditate. Now, in the second part of the program, we will go to the practical meditation experiment. I hope you are all ready. So let us go into the practical session. We would request you to put your mobiles in silent mode so that we don't get disturbed in our own meditation. In order to achieve our meditation or yoga or self-realization, Sri Mataji, our teacher, has given us a few simple steps to be done. We will explain you the steps first. You can watch the screen and learn, and then we will do the guided meditation. For step number 1, we can sit very comfortably on the floor. If we are not able to sit on the floor, we can also sit on the chair. Comfort is more important. Posture is not. So the left hand represents the hand of the desire, which is the left channel. So we always keep the left hand palm open on our lap, as you see in the picture. And the right hand represents the right channel, which is the channel of the action. Now with the right hand, we are going to place it on certain chakras and take certain affirmations, which are nothing but the quality of those energy centers. So step number 1, we will keep the left hand palm open on our lap, and the right hand we will place it on the left heart. So in the heart, Sri Mataji says, there is a very powerful energy known as a spirit. If we ask the doctors, how is life going on? They will say it is because the heart is beating and pumping the life force into us, the blood into our stream. The beating of the heart is done automatically. If we ask the doctors, they would say it is coming from the autonomous nervous system. Sri Mataji even jokes, ask them who's the auto. They do not have an answer. This auto is nothing but the energy which is residing in the heart, known as a spirit. So, by keeping the right hand in our heart, we will take the affirmation that I am the pure spirit, or I am the pure energy in my heart. Step number 2, we will move the right hand and place it on our forehead. Now on the forehead lies a very subtle energy center, the 6th energy center, and the quality of this energy center is forgiveness. So here we will say the affirmation that I forgive. Sri Mataji says this anger is a myth. If, for example, somebody has hurt us, we are always angry about the person and we are thinking about the person and wasting our time, while the person who hurt us is happy somewhere else. So by forgiving the person, we only facilitate our own inner peace. And since we deserve our own inner peace, here we will say that I forgive. And the last step, the third step, we will take the right hand and we will place it on the top of our head. As we have explained to you in the beginning, in the center of the palm, you can see the number 7, which represents the 7th energy center on the top of our head. Hence, we will keep the center point on the top of our head, on the fontanelle bone area, and then we will apply little pressure. We will press our head downward and we will massage our scalp region by rotating the skin of the head in a clockwise direction 7 times. And every time we rotate, we will take the affirmation, I want my self-realization. What is self-realization?
So for the next 4 to 5 minutes, I would like to suggest a practical exercise, 3 steps, very simple steps that should help our attention come inside ourselves, and then we'll try to see if we can actually feel a movement of energy inside us and if we can actually diagnose ourselves. I would like to ask that you do not come with preconceived ideas that, oh, this is not going to work, or this is something false, or it's observe before you try to judge anything or any experiment or any method. Observe it. Maybe you will be able to feel, maybe you will be able to feel and explain things which you were not able to feel or explain before. Maybe something that was said in here is true about these chakras and the relations between the chakra and the problems that we have. Here we go. May I again try to recommend that you try to sit comfortably, find a proper position which is suitable for yourselves, and then try to see if you can find a very... Sorry, I'm trying to share my sound. Here we go. Okay, so try to keep your back straight, whether you're sitting on a chair or if you're sitting on the floor, doesn't really matter. But if you're sitting on a chair, try to keep your feet apart. Keep the hands both open on your lap. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to breathe in and out very relaxed. Try to bring your attention on yourself, entire attention on yourself. For the next 4 to 5 minutes, nothing else is important. But the most important thing is us right now. Let's give ourselves this 5 minutes and observe if anything is happening during this meditation exercise. We're going to start with the first step mentioned in there. We're going to keep the left hand on our lap. We're going to put the right hand on our heart. And we're going to try and bring our attention on this energy center, on this area inside our body. And yoga comes and claims that the energy that exists here in the heart chakra is a very powerful source of energy, which a lot of people like to call as the spirit. But whatever it is, this pure energy inside our heart, if somehow we can identify ourselves with this energy, this will help our attention move past the problems coming from the past or future. So with the right hand here, we're going to say, I'm the pure energy in my heart. We'll try to keep our eyes closed, breathe in and out very relaxed. Left hand stays on our lap, right hand goes on our heart. And we'll say, I am the pure energy in my heart. we'll move towards the second step of our meditation and put the right hand on a different center on our forehead. This center is called the third eye or the Agya chakra. And with the attention here, with the right hand here, we're going to try and help this center control all the mental activity, help calm down the mental activity, and help us move past the mental stage and the mental state. And a very efficient way to do that is to try and activate the quality of this center, which is forgiveness. For our own satisfaction, for my own benefit, I forgive. I forgive myself. I forgive the others. I forgive everyone else. I forgive. Now, we'll stretch the right hand and put the center of the palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, on top of the head, and we'll rotate this center 7 times clockwise, right in front and from right to left at the back. Put a little bit of pressure, and every time we massage this center, we're going to say, I want my self-realization. We have to express this desire towards our own energy, that I want this self-knowledge, this self-realization. If this energy exists inside me, if this vibratory awareness exists inside me, or it's possible to reach this yoga state, then we have to desire for it. I want to have my self-realization. Seven times, slowly, clockwise direction. When we finish, we can bring the right hand also down on our lap, and for 2 minutes, let's keep our attention on this place where we did the massage. And breathe in and out very relaxed, and try to establish what we call in yoga the meditation state, which is described as a thoughtless state. State where we are in the present, where there are no thoughts, either from the past or the future. But we enjoy the present moment. So let's continue to breathe in and out very relaxed and try to stay in the present moment with the attention focused on this spot on our body where we did the massage, on the last chakra. Try and see if you are able to relax your attention. Are you able to be in the present? It might be difficult for the first time we're doing this. The attention might run towards the left side or the past, or towards the right side or the future. But when Kundalini energy crosses the Agya chakra, or the forehead center, it does create a gap between thoughts. And that gap, which in Sanskrit is called as Vilamb, is the meditation state. Shimataji explains that once the Kundalini energy is active inside us, it creates a sensation, a feeling of vibratory awareness at the physical level. So we can feel the manifestation of this energy, or we should be able to feel the manifestation of this energy through the central nervous system at the level of our nerve endings. And she recommends that after the meditation, we can bring our hands at the heart level. Yeah, so open your hands and keep them in front of the heart chakra. Breathe in and out very relaxed, and try to observe, try to see if you feel anything at the fingertips where the nerves ending are, any physical manifestation of a cool or a hot breeze. Notice the center of the palm, the fingertips. We're going to explain if there is any sensation, if one hand is lighter or if one hand is heavier, if one hand is hotter and one hand is cooler. What does that mean? We're going to try and see if there is a physical manifestation of this energy on top of the head. So with the right hand, we can check above the place where we did the massage, 5 or 10 centimeters. And notice if there's anything coming out of the fontanelle bone area that has an energy-like or vibration-like manifestation at the level of the palm. And we're going to feel different things with our hands because our two channels are completely different. So we're going to try with the right hand, then we'll put the right hand on our lap and we're going to try the same thing with the left hand. Search above the head, above the area where you did the massage, and try to see if you feel anything coming out of the fontanelle bone area. And to decode and to explain these sensations, I will ask my colleague Vijay to come in. Vijay, if you can hear me.
Yes, Andre, I can hear you very well. Thank you.
Please take over and try to explain. I will also ask Vijay if he can answer questions for you and explain what the manifestation of this energy should be. Vijay,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Andre. We hope you are able to follow the meditation, what my colleague was explaining. We would request you to open your mics, and if you can let us know how you felt, you can share your experience. And if you have any doubts, if you'd like to ask. We would request you to open your mics if possible. Yeah, please.
Feel free also to use the chat box if it's more convenient to type in case your microphone is not working properly.
Yes.
Felt
Yes.
a kind of a warmth on the fontanelle area.
Okay, on the top of the head, you feel a
Yes.
little bit of warm sensation. Okay, okay.
Yes.
And this is when you were trying to check with your hand, isn't it? Okay. And
Yes.
how about any other sensations on the fingertips or palm, or just the warm sensation on the head?
Just the warmth on the head.
Okay, okay. Actually, what happens is when we get our self-realization for the first time, or when we are attending the session for the first time in Sahaja Yoga meditation, this energy, the Kundalini energy, gets awakened in a very, what you can say, a small portion of the Kundalini energy awakens, okay? And it breaks through the fontanelle bone area and it comes out. Okay, and once it pierces through the fontanelle bone area, you start feeling these sensations. Okay, and these sensations may vary from. I'm sorry, 1 minute. Okay, so these sensations may vary from a warm breeze or a cool breeze. It may be even a tingling or a pricking sensation on the top of the head. What it indicates is initially the Kundalini energy tries to push all the imbalances out of our body through the Sahasrara chakra only. And with regular practice of meditation, we will be able to sort out or solve our problems in the chakras. When they come into a balance, then we will start feeling a cool breeze coming out of the head. That's when we will know that we are coming or reaching into a state of balance. But for starters, if you are able to feel the warm breeze, it's a very, very good sensation. It's not very easy to feel any sensation in the very first session. It's a very good thing you have felt it. Any other questions? Okay, blessed time for meditation. In the chat box, they are asking. We are going to explain to you how to practice the meditation, how to go about with the practice of the meditation at home. But before that, we would like to give little time for the question answer sessions, or if you have any doubts to ask, we will give little time for that. Okay, if anybody else would like to ask any question or any doubt, please go ahead.
Sir, I felt cold breeze in right hand and hot sensation in my left hand.
Okay. Let me just explain that to you. Just a moment. I will pull out the chakra chart. Just a minute. I'm just going to pull the presentation out. Okay, now, as you can see in the chart here, as my colleague Andre has explained in the beginning, we have two channels in our subtle body. Actually, three channels. They are classified as the left channel, which is represented by the left hand and the left side of the body, and the right channel, which is represented by the right hand and also the right side of the body. And there is a central channel which runs along the spinal cord. So basically, we human beings have two kinds of problems. Either we are having problems of the left side, or we are having problems of the right side, and we need to sort out which side we are having the problem, and we need to clear it, and we need to come into the central channel. We need to come into a balance. That is what we need to do. So if you felt a cool breeze in your right hand, that means your right channel is in a balance. Okay, the right channel represents our future, our thinking, our planning, our physical activities, our mental capacity. It represents all these things. So your right channel is in a balance. So you are able to feel a cool breeze in your right hand. And the left channel, it belongs to the past. It is an emotional channel. Okay. And it is more related to, thinking about the past or worrying about the past. I'm sorry. It is more related to thinking about the past or more worrying about the past. The person is more prone to being stuck into the past. So that kind of a person will have certain imbalances of the left channel. So if you feel a hot breeze in the left channel, that means your left channel was in an imbalance, and it only indicates that the Kundalini energy was trying to clear your right channel. Okay, there is nothing that there is something wrong with your left channel. It is a good thing that you felt it. It is just that your Kundalini is now awakened, and it is giving you indication that your right channel is in a good state and your left channel is not in a very good state. And it is starting to clear you. Okay, that is what you felt. That is also a very good sensation. Thank you for sharing your experience. That was very encouraging. And yes, anybody else would like to share or ask questions?
One more question. By doing the regular practice, we can sort out this, or
Yes, correct, sir. The concept or the method how we are going to clear our problems is, first of all, to know where our problems are. Okay, before the awakening of the Kundalini, we do not know where the problems are. Now, today you clear-cut felt that you had imbalance in the left channel by feeling this warm breeze in your left hand. This is how the Kundalini actually indicates our problems and our places where we need to put more attention to clear. Okay, so this is just the starting. Now, with the regular practice of meditation, this Kundalini energy will clear the Ida Nadi or the left channel, and it will bring you back into a balance. Now, for that, how to clear, how to come back into balance is all that we are going to teach you in the coming few weeks, where we are having 15 weeks of classes to teach you about all the chakras and all the nadis. So this is where we will be teaching you what is the problem, how to clear this problem, and how to come into a balance. We are going to teach all this to you. And also you need to practice the meditation at home, which is very, very important, because the Kundalini energy is going to clear your chakras and nadis, and the Kundalini energy will clear it if we are able to practice the meditation regularly and come into balance. Theory is, of course, needed, a little bit of theory to know what is the problem, how to solve it. But the most important thing is the practical part where we need to practice the meditation at home. Okay, sir?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay.
Vijay, if you allow me to add something,
Please.
I would like to advertise our follow-up sessions where we
Okay.
talk about the various problems, where the various problems that we experience are originated, in which chakras, in which centers, and then we talk about treatments that can be practiced to help alleviate the different problems and to help us move forward and past the different problems that are bothering us. Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you for adding up that valuable info. Yes, and anybody else? Happy to hear that people have felt some sensations. That's a very good thing. It's very encouraging. Please, if anybody else would like to share any experience, please go ahead.
Hello,
Yes, please.
this is Telma with you.
Yes, madam. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to know this practices, how many times per day you should do, or there is a particular time I should do this?
Okay. Now,
I joined late, so
okay, no problem. Actually, this part about practicing at home, we always explain is the last part of the program only. So you did not miss anything. Don't worry. Now we will explain you how to practice this meditation. Now, today, what you tried is called the experiment of self-realization. You get to experience, you get to experiment and check for yourself if you're able to feel something. Okay, this is the experiment called self-realization. Mataji says self-realization is the starting point of Sahaja Yoga, where our Kundalini energy gets awakened or triggered, into movement. So it starts helping you. So now what we need to do is practice the meditation at home and on a regular basis, so that this Kundalini energy will start cleaning our chakras and become stronger and stronger, and is going to make us more stronger. Okay, so what we need to do is, if you do not even remember the steps what we did today, because you have come for the first time, you don't even need to do these steps. You just have to sit quietly, very comfortably. If you want to sit on a chair, on the bed, or you want to rest your back on the wall, however comfortable you want to sit. Comfort is more important, not posture. And if you are able to sit on the ground, well and good, no problem. However you want to sit. Just keep both your hands palm open on your lap. Okay, just close your eyes and just pay attention to what's happening on the top of your head, which is the Sahasrara chakra, and also what is happening on your fingertips and palm. That is meditation. Meditation is a movement of our attention, which is roaming outside. It has to come inside. And how it is going to come inside is when we start feeling these sensations, it will move inside. That is meditation. Meditation is not concentration, is not exercise, or it's not a mental exercise. It is nothing. Meditation simply means to witness what's happening to us. And we are going to witness these sensations, what we feel. Like the people who attended today were telling they felt a warm breeze or a cool breeze. So we have to keep attention to what's happening to us and sit for meditation, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes. We don't need to sit for hours together. If you can sit 10 minutes, it's very, very good. And if you are able to sit every day, it is even better. But if you feel you are a little busy in the beginning, if you can sit for a couple of days a week, for starters, it is very good. And regarding the time, again, there is no such a restricted bound time that you should meditate at this particular time. Whenever you're comfortable, you can meditate. Okay. But the most recommended time would be early in the morning when you get up from a good night's sleep. You had a very good rest for your body and your mind. So in the morning, when you get up, after you clean yourself, your mind is very fresh. You do not have too many thoughts running in your head. That is the time you can take advantage of, and you can sit in meditation. Okay. So this is how you meditate. Just close your eyes, keep your palm open, both the hands, left and right, on your lap, and try to see what's happening in your fingertips and palm, and also on the top of the head. This is the practice of meditation. I hope you were able to understand what we said now.
thank you so much.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you for your question. Okay, so if anybody else has a question. Okay, as my colleague Andre has mentioned in the chat box, please type in your WhatsApp mobile number so that I will be sending you the lesson what we want to send for the first week newcomers today. It will be a YouTube link. It will be a presentation video. You can watch the video to refresh your memory, to learn more about the meditation. And it will also have the guiding steps of meditation, which if you feel that you want to use it, you can use it for the meditation also. So I would recommend you to put your WhatsApp mobile number in the chat box, please, before we close the program. We are going to give you another 5 minutes to do that. And in the meanwhile, if you have any other questions, we suggest or we would encourage you to open your mics and still ask questions first. Thank you.
Excuse me, one more question.
Please
If
go
I
ahead,
want to circulate this to many of my friends who would like to join this yoga, will it be the same password and same thing, or you'll be giving us every week different?
It is the same link and same ID and password. It never changes for all the weeks. So if you would like to
So I
share
can
to your
forward it
friends,
to-
you can send it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I can see the mobile numbers being posted. So if you have posted your mobile number, WhatsApp, and if you do not have any other question, we have reached the end of the program for now. You may slowly leave the program, but we are still here. If you want to ask any questions, we will give you another 5 to 10 minutes.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Please remember that we are here every Friday from 10 o'clock.
Thank you for joining us in the program today, showing your interest to learn something new, and hope you learned something new and experienced something new today. So please keep up the practice, and please do join us every Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning for the follow-up sessions. Yeah, I would recommend mobile numbers rather than the email. WhatsApp is easier to communicate. It's faster. So I can send you the YouTube link by WhatsApp. Hello, yes, can you hear me, sir? Hello? Okay. So if you have posted your WhatsApp number, and if you do not have any questions, you may quietly leave the program, and we are done for this week. Thank you very much for joining in, and hope to see you in the follow-up sessions. Thank you, madam. Thank you very much for your interest. Hope to see you in the follow-up sessions. Thank you.